My name is Kate Holen, and I am welcoming you to COM 2410. So, dear future COM 2410 student, the number one thing a group member should do to be a good group member would be to be flexible. So this is super important because things may not always go your way, and you have to be okay with that. Whether it's with meeting times, like maybe you don't want to meet Sunday morning at 9 a.m. to film videos, but you have to because that's when all your group members are free and you're free too. So you have to do it. And then, or with like processes, so like maybe you'd prefer to write things rather than say them out loud, but what's better for the group is to not write them, so like you might have to compromise or something like that. Or your team members, you might not get the team members that you want, but you do need to be okay with the team members that you have and get to know them and accept them and be flexible with how you're with them. Okay. One changed idea about working in groups personally was that I always thought that group work really sucked because I always did the work and no one else cared, and I thought that like no one else cared and that it had nothing to do with the communication between the group members, and it was just them, and then I would just take all the slack. But I learned that it is actually all about communication through this class, and that as a director in the groups and a dominator in my member roles, I learned that I really like to be in control. So maybe it was actually just me being controlling that made other group members not want to participate, or just like they just figured like, oh, Kate will do it because she's so controlling and she doesn't want us to do it anyway. So 2 to 3 don'ts that group members should avoid doing. So things that you shouldn't do would be being late. So because if you're late, your group is already off track. So as a person who's literally always late, I can say that, yeah, my group could vouch for that. Like when I'm late, which is every time, they're already off track. Like we have to, because we like to do small talk first. So like we're already off track on the 2 hours that we had together by like 15 minutes because that's how late I usually am. And then we have to talk for like 5 minutes and then we get to doing whatever we're doing. So that's not great to be late. Being judgmental. Don't be judgmental. So that's because this will cause other group members to want to participate less and will discourage them as an effective part of the group, discourage them from being an effective part of the group. If you judge them, like, people don't want to, like, I know when I get judged, like, I don't want to, like, exist anymore near you, like, so, not great in a group. And you shouldn't be too serious. So, sometimes when you're too serious, that hurts the group too. For example, if my group wasn't super goofy and always laughing, we would not have worked as well together. However, it is important to note that even though you shouldn't take things too seriously, you also shouldn't be super lackadaisical about them either, because, I mean, that'll also affect the group as well. So, there needs to be a good balance. The number one skill or theory or technique that we learned in class, is, I personally think that it's the MBTI quiz, the Myers-Briggs quiz. I think it's the most important because you learn so much about yourself, not only professionally, but personally as well. So you could learn, what kind of employee you are, but you also can learn what kind of, like how you are in a relationship, like what the best kind of relationship, like romantically, is for you. You can learn what kind of friend you are. You can learn what kind of foods you like to eat, what jobs are good for you, you can learn literally everything about yourself. And recommendations for how you can stay in touch out of class is we had a group text message, but if you don't all have iPhones, or if you don't all have like Androids and it's like not adding up on a group message, then you could use this app called GroupMe, which I'm sure you've heard of. So that's really great to use. Or we use emails sometimes. So we all had the email app like on our phones, so we were able to just email and like get the notification and be like, oh, okay, like we need to whatever. So yeah, this is a great class. You're gonna love it. Alex is super great. You're gonna learn so much. So bye.